check the mic and make sure it sound right.
I hope the mic does sound right. Hi, I'm DKWill. This is DKWill Talk About It. I want to thank you for stopping by to watch my video. I also want to hope that you like and subscribe, and if you feel very generous, share my video with some of your friends, families, co-workers, enemies, strangers. I really don't care. Help me get this off the road and share my videos. I'm going to give a special shout out on this video though, and that special shout out is reserved for my wife. We acknowledged and celebrated our 5th wedding anniversary here about a week or so ago, and she also bought me this microphone you see here in front of me as a gift, along with a new laptop and the light that's lighting up the scene as we speak. The light even has features of changing. I got 3 different hues to go with, and so I thank you, love. As you can see, she's a beautiful woman, and I want to thank her for thinking of me and my efforts to get this channel off the ground. And I hope that you guys help me as well and give us a like and subscribe. Maybe I'll share more pretty pictures of my wife. However, I want you to know that when I did the Meet DKWill video, there was only one photo in there that was an actual photo of my life. The rest were stock photos. And that one photo you see there in the center was her, was my wife. Thank you, and I love you. The video we're doing today, though, is about XRP business, BIS business, for Bank for International Settlements. And the Bank for International Settlements released information on the 28th of July regarding the Innovation Hub launching Project Nexus. And that project was done in collaboration with the Monetary Authority of Singapore, and they also have a proposed blueprint, and that blueprint is available online. And on that page, you can see they also released a 3-minute video. We're going to take a look at that 3-minute video. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but we'll watch some of it. And Nexus is a model for connecting multiple national payment systems into a cross-border platform that can enable international payments to happen as quickly as sending a text message. And as you saw, there are more than 60 nations involved. And so what we're going to do, we're going to look at the video here briefly. We're not going to look at all of it, like I mentioned. And what I'd like you to do while you're watching this video is notice how the language used sounds so very much like Brad Garlinghouse.
Sending money from one person to another has never been easier. That's if you're sending money within the same country. If you're sending money overseas, it can feel like an eternity. But why? Money is just data. Why does it take longer to send money overseas than it does to send an email?
Brad
Well,
Garlinghouse
there are
language.
3 reasons. First, one currency needs to be swapped for another. Second, compliance checks are needed to prevent illicit payments. And third, different payment systems speak different languages. These steps can
The
result
language
in
of the day
costs,
is
frictions,
ISO 20022, which Brad
Payment
Garlinghouse
innovators
gave
and
us a clue of
organizations like SWIFT
on
are
another
developing
video I
better
released. I'll
solutions and
include the
standards
cards.
for
I
data and
encourage you to watch
messaging.
those
But there's
videos.
still more that we
And I
can
also
do.
encourage you to watch
So,
this video.
here
We're
at
not going to
the
watch the
BIS
whole
Innovation
thing.
Hub in Singapore, we're exploring other options. One possibility is to link the successful fast payment systems that many countries use today for domestic payments. In fact, Singapore and Thailand are already connecting their fast payment systems, making money transfers happen within seconds. The European Central Bank and the Swedish
Within
Riksbank
seconds?
are
Who
also
has that
exploring ways
capability?
they can achieve instant payments between euros and kronas. It's a positive step forward, but linking countries one by one can quickly become a challenge. 2
I
countries
think
need
that's
just
enough. We're
one
going to
link,
stop there,
but
but
4
you can see that
countries
they are
need
not
6 links,
hesitating to
and
highlight
20
Swift's role in
countries
this.
need
And
190
behind the
links.
curtain,
This
including
gets
Swift's curtain,
complicated and
is somebody
expensive.
far more critical
That's
in the
why the
success of
BIS
these
Innovation
operations.
Hub is developing a blueprint for a fast, cross-border payments platform. We call it Nexus.
And so, along with that blueprint of the joint report for the Bank for International Settlements and the Monetary Authority of Singapore, they also released a PDF full text. It's only 20 pages long. I actually did go to that PDF full text because in looking behind the curtain, I'm looking to see XRP's role. And when I looked at that PDF full, full text document, the links will be in the description of this video if you want to read it. I took a trip to page 17 where I saw the ISO 20022 standard. This is the BIS Innovation Hub. You can see the players involved, the Monetary Authority of Singapore, along with the National Payment Corporation of India. We'll talk about that too. But the information that really mattered here was the use of the standard ISO 2002 standard for payment messages. And if you recall in another video, the video that I put out, Give an IOTA, I think is the one that has talks on the ISO 20022 standard. I'll put the cards in the video. And Brad gave us a hint with that their word board behind him over his shoulder. But Nexus will use the ISO 2002 standard for data messages in this release for sending cross-border payments. And so it's basically a message to all the financial institutions to get on board or get left behind. That's really what's going on here. And when you look into it a little further, the ISO 2002 standard for data messaging provides a better structure and more space for payments related data. And of course, for those of us that are really paying attention to what's going on, and I'm one of those people that are paying attention, I've never been too poor to do that. We notice that the primary players were the two that I've already mentioned, the Monetary Authority of Singapore and the National Payments Corporation of India. And they did not hesitate to give credit to those two entities, keeping in mind that the Bank for International Settlements is the central bank of central banks. And so, of course, they're not going to hesitate to give credit to central banks. But what I did was I looked a little bit deeper behind that, and I actually took a trip. And that trip I took was a virtual trip. I took a virtual trip to the website for the Monetary Authority of Singapore. And my goal, since of course the Bank of International Settlements is highlighting the SWIFT program for being involved in this process, of course here at the, I'm going to say MAS for short, they're also, speaking on the release of the 28th, enhancing global real-time retail payments network connectivity. We know at the BIS they were talking about cross-border payments. And nowadays, in a global economy, of course, retail and cross-border can be synonymous. But my goal in going to the Monetary Authority for Singapore, the MAS's website, was to find evidence of the fact that the real mechanisms and the gears behind this move were Ripple and XRP. And we see here they collaborated with the Mojaloop Foundation to advance financial inclusion. And the way they described it was to provide the undeserved access to affordable financial services through digital currency-based settlement systems and a foundational digital infrastructure. And that's good news for us because it's making it, mainstream. It's adoption, at least in the ASEAN markets, and of course the U.S. will catch up. I'll talk about that. But they want to increase financial inclusion by empowering organizations creating that capability. And of course, there you see it, Ripple. They are most certainly involved in this process with the Mojaloop Foundation. And so going forward, we can see that the adoption and the real-time payments reference model being used is the reference model, is the interledger protocol that Ripple is pushing for and actually pioneering the on-demand liquidity to remove the need for nostro vosto accounts, distributed ledger technology, that the true rails, the true pipeline is Ripple and XRP. Also to the National Payment Corporation of India's website. And the National Payment Corporation of India describes themselves as an umbrella organization for operating retail payments and settlement systems in India as an initiative of Reserve Bank of India. Reserve Bank of India. Sounds like the Federal Reserve. Sounds like central banks. The banks are going to get their hands in on it. I mentioned that in also a previous video, which means follow the money means follow the banks. And so you can see here, folks, that the banks are very involved in having a significant impact on the retail payment systems in the country, but it's not just the country. And we see where Ripple is involved when we go a little bit deeper, and we see that Ripple has been involved in India since since September of 2017. They launched a new Mumbai office to serve India's digital economy. And so Ripple has been there now for going on 4 years, and like they said, they have been committed since day one to provide frictionless global payment services to financial institutions around the world. That world included the new office that they expanded to in Mumbai, India. This is about placing Navin Gupta as the country manager for Ripple. But Brad Garlinghouse had something to say back then too. You can still see the Brad Garlinghouse language everywhere. He said India is transforming itself into a digital economy and is an innovative leader in payments. And goes on to speak about the new office allows them to respond to the rapidly growing demand for frictionless payments for their customers. Again, doesn't that sound like the video we took a glimpse at? And he says, we're confident that we would drive demand for Ripple payment solutions in India. He was right. He was confident. Brad always gives us little kernels of truth if you listen to what that man is saying, because he also let us know about the ISO 20022 for those who were trying to figure out that screen. But even Gupta said that India is the largest recipient of corporate and retail remittances worldwide, totaling close to $71 billion. And Ripple's instant cost-effective blockchain-powered payments can be transformative component of India's economy. So this initiative, this Nexus initiative that was recently announced, I think is a very important part of the construct of a new financial system that is going to be very, very, very much using the Ripple on-demand liquidity interledger protocol as a basis, as a framework, as a rail, as the pipelines of the new financial system. So this is news that really shouldn't be taken lightly, and I thought I'd make a video to talk about it because it shows that the adoption for cryptocurrency is happening. And Ripple remains committed to building their presence in the market with significant investment and look forward to expanding their team with this vision. And they are being successful in that vision, the only currency that's meeting with the likes of central banks until now. So really, to get a very good view of where I'm coming from on this video and how it plays a role in everything, I'm going to include the cards on other videos that I've done, and hopefully you'll take the time to look at them. I'll add this also to the playlist that involves XRP specifically, and then it all starts to come together, folks, in the mind of how perhaps what's going on is not what they put in front of you. Everyone's focused on the SEC and Jay Clayton and William Hinman and Jeremy Hogan and all these things they put in front of you. And I'm a contrarian-minded individual. When I see the mainstream narrative going in one direction, I don't care where it comes from, and that includes the XRP community. I look under the curtain. And under the curtain of this Nexus announcements, what do I see? I see adoption. I see they're still keeping Ripple a secret. And I'm here to put it out there. It's no secret, folks. You want to be a part of the new infrastructure. You want to position yourself to benefit because you can't stop it. You can't change it. but you can benefit from it. And as long as there's an opportunity for you to get involved, I would say maybe Ripple is a good place to start with XRP. Any other way to invest in the company, we know we may be seeing in a public offering on Ripple coming up soon. All these topics are addressed in my other videos. So I'm DKWill. I want to thank you for stopping by. I'm going to end this video here. I'm going to encourage you to look at my playlist that I construct revolving around the XRP, and hopefully it'll help enlighten you from my perspective. I am not a financial advisor. I am not an attorney. I'm just a fellow human who thinks I can see what's really going on, and so I decided I want to share it with people like me, my fellow human brothers all over the globe. Y'all have a wonderful day. I'm DKWill. This is DKWill Talk About It. Make sure you like and subscribe, and come on back around again.